Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth, and today we're gonna get a little geeky. We're gonna get into some specifics. I'm gonna show you how you can retire with $80,000 a year in retirement income, which may be more than you're making right now. Okay, so if you are saving for retirement, then you probably want to know, how much do I need, right? How much money will I need in retirement to live off of? Well, we're going to have to dig into some nasty stuff here for a second. The first thing is we're going to have to figure out, what's a budget? What are you going to need to spend when you retire? Now, when you're in your 20s, you're just guessing, right? I mean, just getting started is good enough. We don't really know how much you're going to need. We just want you to start putting money away. When you get into your 30s, you're like, okay, well, here a couple good things have happened. I bought a house, I got a decent job, so I might need somewhere between this and this to retire. Still a guess. When you get into your 40s, you go, wait a minute, people don't care what kind of car I drive? Okay, now I might only need this much. I bought a house, I kind of like it, maybe I'll upgrade one more time, but this is pretty much it. So maybe I'll only need this much. And come to think of it, I don't really want to travel the world. I want to do that now, so I won't need as much in retirement. Maybe I only need this much, right? When you get into your 50s, now you're really fine-tuning it and you're starting to think about, what do you want to do in retirement? Well, that's the budget, okay? The next thing we need to talk about is, how long do you plan on living? I know that's kind of a gross thing to talk about, but we've got stats here, so we're going to dig into it. According to the Statistical Abstract of the United States, that's a thing that we all pay for. That's people that actually do these studies and comes out of our tax dollars, like it or not. But if you retire at age 60, okay, that's our retirement age, they did this study and they found out that if you are a white male, now I'm not being trying to be specific about races here, this is just the data that they gave us. If you're a white male, then you're gonna live to be, on average, 81 years old. That's the best you get. If you're a black male, then they came up with 78.7. If you retire at 60. Now watch where we go with this. If you are a white female, you know women live longer than us, right? They can put up with our stuff a little bit better. You get to be 84, and if you're a black female, you do pretty good too, 82.7. Now that's the life expectancy if you retire at 60, okay? If you retire at 70, the numbers change. You live longer. I don't know why that is, but now if you retire at age 70, the white male goes to 83.7, the black male goes to 82 point, let's give them every little bit of this here, 82.6. So retiring at 60, you don't live as long. Retiring at 70, somehow you live many more years. That's incredible. Now a white female, we'll just go through this briefly, is at 86. She's kicking here. And the black female, she's also doing well. I think that's the biggest increase at 85.4. So doesn't matter what color your skin is, but if you retire at 70, you hope you're a black female, right? Because you're gonna live longer than pretty much everybody. You get the greatest gain there. Okay, that's the first part, okay? Now we're gonna take it a step further. We know the averages of what you're gonna live, and we've started to kind of focus in on your budget, okay? Even if it's just a guess, you've got a budget for retirement. Let's move on to odds. Check this out. Now this is the Social Security data, okay? So we're getting this directly from them. If you're 65 years old and you're a male, so 65-year-old male, there is a 40% chance that you are going to live to be 85. That's it. You get 40%, so that's me. Okay, if you are, so that's a 40-year-old male. You have a 20% chance of living to 90, so not good for the male there. We are probably not living to be 90 years old. Now, if you're 65 years old and a female, then you're obviously gonna do better. There's a 53% chance that you make it to 85, and a 31% chance that you get to 90. I hope you can read that. Sorry about the handwriting. But Oh, now we've got some odds, okay? So this is what financial advisors do. This is what we do for our customers that get into this sort of thing. Now we've got some stats, okay? Now I'm doing this because I'm laying out some groundwork here for what to expect, okay? So we have the odds now, and basically all that boils down to is 67 is probably the retirement age that we want to look at. Number one, so we don't outlive our money, but number two, you saw the first study, so we can live a little bit longer, right? If we retire at 60, we're not living that long. If we retire closer to 67, we get to live a little bit longer. So we want to balance those numbers out. Okay, now, here's where we're at. If you're 67, let's say you retire when you're 67, you've got about 20 years of money to make up, okay? So you're going to need income for 20 years, and that will essentially sort of guarantee you won't outlive your money. Statistically, it shows you won't outlive your money. So we're going to use that in our example today just because that's the odds, right? It's not me guessing, that's the fact. Okay, now what we're going to do is say we need 20 years of income, and we're going to say while we're saving for retirement, we're going to get a 10% return on our investment, okay? All the money that you are investing right now. Now, that's high, okay? Don't leave the comments. I know that number is high, but watch where we go with that in a second. The average return is actually 7%, but there's a reason we're using 10%, so stick with me, okay? Now, let's say you budgeted your money and you came up with $80,000 a year is what you need in retirement, or about $6,500 a month. Now, this does not include Social Security. We are only talking about your investments. We can count on our investments. We can make the decision to do stuff with our investments today. We don't really get a say in Social Security, so we can't budget that in there. If you needed $80,000 or $6,500 a month, then you're going to need $665,000 in your portfolio the day that you retire. I want you to notice something real quick. That's not millions of dollars, right? The industry tells you you need millions of dollars to retire. $80,000 a year for 20 years is $665,000. The reason the industry tells you you need millions is because the more you put in, the more money they make, okay? Honestly, you know, that's the way it's done, so that's what you have to work with. But I want you to know that $665,000 is the number, not millions. Now, that number might seem like a lot, okay? Does $665,000 sound like a lot of money to you? Sounds like a lot of money to me. It's not millions. $665,000 is certainly attainable. Here's what I want to do now, okay? If you stuck with me this whole time, then chances are you are my average viewer on YouTube. I went back and looked to see the people that watch my videos, how old are they, and who are they? So my average viewer is 27 years old. Okay, great. And they're a male. Mostly a male. 85% of you are males. Okay, so if you're 27 years old, how much do we need to contribute to get to 665, assuming you want the $80,000 in retirement? Check this out. This is the cool part right here, because this is not like unattainable. This is not what the industry tells you. If you want $665,000, you have to put $1,500 a year into your IRA. That's it. Not $5,500, not, oh my God, we have to figure something out. You need to invest more, save more, your debt sucks, you got to work on all this stuff. $1,500 a year gets you $80,000 a year in retirement for 20 years. And since you're a male, 27, you're probably not going to live that long, so it works out. Okay? Now let's break it down a little bit further. We said 27, number one, because that's my average viewer on YouTube, but we said 27 male because there's a 60% chance that this person is going to die before hitting 87. It sounds gross. I hate to say that really, but you're probably not going to live to be 87, right? Statistically, you're dead long before you run out of money with only $665,000, okay? So let's break it down even further. If you're 27 years old and you need to put $1,500 a year in your Roth IRA, hopefully that you chose us here at Jazz Wealth, how much money do you need to put in? In a year, it's $1,500. My clients tend to like the weekly contribution because they could put the smaller amount in there and it's like less intimidating. They seem to like that. That's $28 a week. So $28 a week starting now at 27 gets you $80,000 a year in retirement. That's it. Let's say you took your $1,500 and you started an account with $300. So your starting balance is $300, right? And now you've only got $1,200 to make up. Well, now you're at $23.07 a week. That's it, right? So if once a year you sold your PlayStation or just sold something on Letgo or WhatsApp or whatever for $300, then you put $23 a week into your retirement account, you get $80,000 a year. Simple as that. Here's the problem. If you wait until you're 37 and you want the same thing, or if you're watching this and you're like, I'm 37, Dustin, you know, I'm not 27, what do I do? Now you need $4,050. All right? That's not bad, right? That's not horrible, but now we're at $77 a week. Now it's getting a little crazy. 77, you know, you probably make more, everything's cool, but it's not 28, okay? If you wait until you're 47, now it's getting a little tough, right? You see how the math is working against you. If you wait till you're 47, you now need $11,500 to get to that same amount. You got to put 11,500 in there a year. Look, the point is start early. If you're my average viewer and you are 27 or somewhere right around there, then you're only going to be 27 for a little while longer, right? 365 days. That means every year you get older, you're having to put more and more money away. You got to get started, right? If you want to get started, I hope you'll go to jazzwealth.com and check us out. We have a lot of great things there. We also have lots of great videos on YouTube. If I can help you in any way, click Chat with Jazz. You can ask a question or schedule a call to speak with me. Or if you just want to get started, you want to open the Roth IRA, traditional IRA, or move an account from somewhere else, click Invest Now, and I will follow up with you to make sure we get that done. Thanks for watching. I hope this wasn't too long for you, and hope to talk to you soon.
Dig it, Satch.